I'm Ahmed Ahmed, Regional Manager of the Northern Cape, and I'm going to take you on a visit to some of the IDC-funded projects that are making a huge impact in this dynamic province of ours. The key drivers in the Northern Cape is the primary industries, agriculture and mining, and more recently we have the renewable energy industry. And it basically took us from being a 4 billion rand exposure in this province, IDC, to our exposure is over 20 billion. The first one I want to take you is to a raisin factory. Ferdi Botha, my regional officer in Uppington, did this deal, and so we're going to take him with to show us this project. Hallo Tabby.
Mohammed.
Dankie.
Tabby, hoe gaan het? Goed en jy? Aan die gang, dankie man. Welkom.
Tabby, dankie dat jy weer vir ons hier het by jou plek en vir ons die aandag gaan wys. Dit is nou 'n jaar en 'n half sedert ons hier was. Sê vir ons, hoe gaan dit?
Het is regtig lekker om julle hier te hê en ja, ons is aan die gang. Ons deur 'n moeilike jaar sover, maar dit is maar oor die reën wat ons gehad het in oestyd, maar daar is regtig geen rede om voor te kla nie.
Tabby, die Farmers Pride brand, tel 'n bietjie vir ons meer daarvan asseblief.
Ons kom met die bins wat julle gehelp finansier het by die boer aan. Hy gooi sy rosientjies daarin. Ons bring dit terug fabriek toe, ons verwerk dit, sit dit deur die aanleg. Ons verpak dit dan nou in die bokse, jy weet daai Farmers Pride bokse met die leeu op.
The next project is Manganese Mine. My regional officer, Joel Tobias, he was involved with us in that project, so he will be accompanying me to show you that project.
Welcome. You guys are early, bright and early. Yeah? We start early at the mine. Welcome. Welcome. Let me show you.
Wanda, how did this impressive operation that you've put here, how did it all begin?
It all started with a vision by the Nkosi family, led by our mother, Daphne Nkosi.
I always had a dream of actually one day having a company, a mining company for that matter. Myself and my husband, I asked him, I actually pushed him to drive me to the Northern Cape because I didn't know where this hotel was.
There were lots of challenges for them to have the mineral rights, and since then they went ahead raising funds, putting their own monies, including mortgaging their only house at the time.
We were determined with a black professional team, engineers, the majority of which were young.
The next project we'll see is in Kimberley. There's a shortage of psychiatric wards, and there's a big need for that.
Welcome to Careline Clinic.
Nice being back, Doc. Great to see you.
Thank you, Dr. Karimi, for having us here today. Tell us a bit how it all started.
It became quite apparent that there was a huge shortage of beds for mentally ill patients, both in the public health, where we only had 54 beds, as well as in the private sector, where there was no bed at all. When a medically ill patient came, a mentally ill patient had to be displaced. It was as if mentally ill patients are not patients at all.
The next one that we want to show you in this province it's called Rail to Rail.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Good and you? How are you? I'm good and you?
Good seeing you.
Welcome to Rail to Rail. Feel free, come through. Rail to Rail is a company that was started about 5-6 years ago with the sole aim to be a supply enterprise development for Transnet. The sleeper manufacturing business was a very monopolistic industry with one supplier for Transnet. So Transnet saw it as one of the initiatives to try and develop black enterprises and also diversify their risk of having one supplier. We're now one of the few companies that does this job that we do, and it's been fantastic.
Why don't you tell us about the role the IDC played to get the mine to where it is today?
The IDC obviously were the first funders that came on board as a funder/shareholder after the Nkosi family put their own money to develop the first phase of the project. So the IDC carried the project all the way until when we needed more funds. That's when ArcelorMittal came on board.
It was exciting times when they eventually approved funding. It's a monumental date when we received that initial disbursement. Once we had a strong partner on board, which is what the IDC is. There was no going back, as it were. We managed to complete and open the hospital and admit our first patient.
Our relationship started when I identified the project and I spoken to the sellers after seriously engaging with them. So I went to engage with IDC. The process was really smooth. And I think for me, the relationship with IDC is one that is strong. And I think they understand our vision.
Tabby IDC het 3 jaar terug het ons ontmoet en betrokke geraak.
Die IDC se betrokkenheid het gekom in waar ons die finansiering van die koop van die fabriek met mekaar begin praat het daaroor, ek en jy. Die proses saam met die IDC, ek dink ek is wel bekend in die IDC dat ek nie doekies omdraai rondom die proses nie. Dit was 'n uitdaging vir beide partye, vir myself en vir ek dink die IDC. Tot Farmers Pride op die tafel gekom het, was dit woorde. Farmers Pride is die realiteit from thinking outside the box.
The Northern Cape has a very high unemployment rate of, it's over 35%. Amongst the youth, it's even higher. It says it's close to 50%, and that's a real challenge.
Doc, tell us a bit about the construction process, the number of jobs created during construction, and how many people you currently employ.
We started the project around about 2012 in terms of construction, and construction is still going on, and that has had an impact in our community in terms of providing essential jobs. There are some 45 permanent jobs that have been created by this project, in addition to a further 65 outsourced jobs that have come directly as a result of this project.
During construction, this project peaked at about 2,500, but because mainly was contractors that come and go, so total jobs to date is over 12,000 jobs that if you count all the people that have benefited in this project, and if you use the normal ratio of about 1:4, you're talking way over 30,000 families in terms of beneficiaries that have benefited from this project. Most of the local employees we inherit that have worked for most of our contractors, most of them came with no sets of skills. They've mostly undergone internal training given by the different contractors. Some have gone up through the ranks to your supervisory and middle management positions. So we were happy to see most of such employees being upskilled.
For me to be able to work for the mine that is locally in my hometown, it means a lot.
mosebetsi o ska re thata fela mokimba so lo pele yona agency ke bona la go ka tswella le yona company ka go ya ntse golana ke golela go ya kopeng.
We currently have 65 employees. We produce about between 250,000 sleepers a year, but we're taking that volume up. We want to take our capacity to 300 to 350.
I'm very impressed about my working station because I'm learning something new every day.
Most of the guys who are working here, they don't have skills, so we're putting a lot of money on training.
Ons het 80 permanente werkers by Farmers Pride. Ons het ook vir jaar met die volume wat ons gevat het ons vir 6 maande was ons 115 mense gewees. Daar's vir my niks lekkerder as om in hierdie fabriek te loop en te vra, wie se fabriek is hierdie? En hulle antwoord en sê ons fabriek, jy weet. Van die 80 permanente employees by Farmers Pride is amper 72% daarvan in die klas van youth val. So ons het 'n redelike klomp jong mense en dan ons is so by 49% wat vroue is.
Is soveel vrouens wat enkel maas is, wat moet werk en waarvoor ons graag die geleentheid wil gee om vorentoe te gaan. As gevolg van die seisonale werk wat in hierdie omgewing is, wil ons graag die vrouens motiveer om aanhou te werk en hulle beste te lewer by die fabriek sodat hulle in 'n permanente posisie kan wees.
There's a lady Anika, who works for us. She started as a factory worker. She now is like assistant manager in the lab, which is the most technical area. She runs our ISO system, and I think that's the legacy.
Rail Trail are giving his employees the opportunity to grow further if they want to grow further. So there is growth in Rail Trail.
The way the mine is constructed from the changers to the underground, embraces women to be able to work safely on the mines. In terms of the positions as well, most of the positions when we advertise, when we interview, we make sure that we attract as many women as possible.
There's a lot of metallurgical and chemical female students in the tertiary level. And on that basis, I want to believe that the industry is probably also preparing to accept more women.
Doc, you've been up and running for a while now. Tell us a bit about the impact this facility had on this local community.
This has had quite a profound impact on that cohort of patients.
It has really brought an alleviation to the mental health care users within this province.
Daar sekere goed was wat ek graag wou achieve met die finansiële vernoot van Farmers Pride. En een van die goed was gewees om te voel dat ek iets teruggee aan die gemeenskap, jy weet, in my gemeenskap en my werkers en goeders dat ek hulle waardeer, jy weet. En so ons het ook 'n werkerstrust gestig wat dit het nou goed uitgewerk dat dit deel van ons finansieringsplan uitgemaak het.
Ons is eintlik die gelukkigste mense in hierdie omgewing om hier by Farmers Pride te kan werk, om 'n trust ook by ons te hê, want daar is anders wat toe dit nou eens het in bewind gekom in die verlede het ons nie daai beplannings en goeders gehad wat ons vandag het.
We live by the principles of Ubuntu. There's a say that umuntu muntu ngabantu. So you are what you are because of the people that you live with. We also have set up a trust fund with a focus mainly on education for our people, funeral schemes for our people. We are pro-transformation. This business must be black-owned, and obviously benefits of the community must be there.
Tell us about your bursary scheme as a company and how it benefits the local community.
Currently, while we're still under construction, obviously we don't have a big fund in terms of the bursary, but currently we are proud to say we have already put one student from the Northern Cape in UCT, full paid scholarship, accommodation, food and transport and other amenities paid by the company. But we expect that to grow as soon as we get into production.
Monty, tell us, what does the future hold for rail to rail and your involvement in this industry?
Our ambition is to play a significant role in the whole rail infrastructure maintenance value chain. We've just recently been given rights to roll out this in the continent, so we're looking at expanding that.
In our motivation to the Department of Health, we did indicate that for us to attract psychiatrists into this province, we need to have good facilities, mental health care facilities, and this project will achieve that. We are well placed for the future.
Ek dink die Rusyntjie bedryf is 'n gesonde bedryf op die stadium. Vooruitsigte vir die fabriek, natuurlik investment in die prosesse en tegnologie wat beskikbaar is. En dan sal ons groei in tonnemaat.
Probeer, en dit is die verskil wat ons IDC wil maak. Ons wil jou na die next level toe vat. When I started working for the IDC, I thought 5 years will be enough, you know. 20 years later, I'm still with the IDC. And it's basically the difference we make, you know. You feel you achieve something, you're making a difference. There is, and that is what makes you coming to work.
We wouldn't be here without the IDC. I think one of the things that IDC is doing is really revolutionizing the whole industrialization, re-industrialization process, and especially the black industrialist.
So die bokse BJH van Heerden boerdery. Jy weet, daar's vir my iets in die trots daarin, jy weet. En dis maar Farmers Pride, jy weet.
Thanks, Wanda, for having us here today. It was very fruitful. As IDC, we're quite proud of what you achieved here, and we hope that we're going to grow with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The pleasure is mine, Mahmoud. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc. It was great seeing you.
Thank you.